Hey guitar students, Mr. Marchenko here. I'm going to have both the 10 level students and the 30 level students explore triads a little bit more. Now for the 30 level students, Mark and Connor, you've already been working on the concept of voice leading and inversions. And so what you're going to work on next is the same topic, but I have a new assignment for you. So you should have been already given the handout, Voice Leading with Triads. The 10 level students are going to work on a new song which also incorporates triads. Now, we already know that a triad is a chord made from 3 notes, the first, third, and fifth of the scale. First, third, and fifth scale intervals. And we've been playing a lot of open chords, like this open G chord. And we know that that's a triad, but it's a triad that has the notes being represented in more than one octave. Like I've got a G in the low bass register, I've got a G on my 3rd string, and that's an open string ringing out, which is why this is called an open chord. But then I also have a G up on the 1st string, the high E string. So these open chords sound so full because it's 3 notes, but it's those 3 notes in 2 or even more octaves. And so we have a lot of the same notes ringing out to make a full sounding chord. But sometimes making music on the guitar involves 3-note triads. Here's a 3-note G triad. So it's just G, B, and D, but only 1 octave each. There's another one. And here. Now 30 level students, you've been exploring the idea of inversions. So you know that this is a root position G triad. Here's a first inversion because I've got the 3rd in the bass. And then here's a second inversion because I'm playing the 5th in the bass. So 30 level students, you're going to explore those different triad voicings on 3 string sets more. And so when I say 3 string sets, I mean like maybe you'll play a D chord on strings 1, 2, and 3, but just a 3-note triad. Or maybe you'll play a D chord on strings 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so the handout that you've been given has many chord voicing diagrams for you to explore. Have a look at the bottom of that handout, Connor and Mark. I just want to illustrate that example. That's at the back, so the bottom back of the handout. And 10 level students, you can pay attention to this too because it's relevant to what you're doing. Basically, so Connor and Mark have to write their own short etude or their own short chord progression. But 10 level students, you are going to basically just learn one that's already written, and that's the song Try, Try Again. Okay, so Connor and Mark, on the back of your handout, there's an example of voice leading with triads, and they are inversions of triads. So here's what that example sounds like. So there's some beautiful voice leading right here. So that's like a short little melodic passage. And it comes right at the beginning of the song with the B minor. Now I just want to take this opportunity to explain something about what I'm doing. I play the B minor triad, but then I'm using my pinky finger to play the 10th fret on the 2nd string. So in other words, that note doesn't really come from the chord, but I can reach it with my accessible finger. And it's not a note from the triad, but it is a note from the scale. And then I transition to the A shape of C. So this is one of the triad shapes on your handout, and this is actually a C chord. So instead of playing this C chord, I'm playing it here with a 3-note voicing, 3-string voicing. And then there's a note on your assignment sheet about how you can often develop melodies simply by arpeggiating the chord. So I'm holding down my C chord, and then I just pick the strings. So that's pretty easy to do. So once again, those first 2 measures, and then I play my D. This is one of the inversions. That same thing, I grab some notes that are outside the chord. And then I end with the G chord. So one more time. Okay, so that's some voice leading, that's some arpeggiating the chords. So have fun with that assignment, you guys. Now, 10 level students, what I want you to do is I want you to follow along with another video that I've made for you, which breaks down this song Try Try Again. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at it like in chunks, so like a few measures at a time. And I want you've got a hard copy, but it's also in Schoology, so you can practice it at home. Okay, so now transition to the video that specifically looks at Try Try Again.